The snow monkeys are one of several groups of Japanese macaques that have changed the way we see animals and ourselves. They've helped us to recognize the true complexity of animal behavior and, in doing so, offered insight into the evolutionary origins of ours. The Japanese macaque, also known as the snow monkey, is a terrestrial Old World monkey species that is native to Japan. Colloquially, they are referred to as snow monkeys because some live in areas where snow covers the ground for months each year. No other non-human primate lives farther north, nor in a colder climate. Individuals have brownish-gray fur, pinkish-red faces, and short tails. Two subspecies are known. In Japan, the species is known as Nihonzuru to distinguish it from other primates, but the Japanese macaque is very familiar in Japan as it is the only species of monkey in Japan, so when Japanese people simply say Saro, they usually have the Japanese macaque in mind. The Japanese macaque is an intelligent species. Researchers studying this species at Koshima Island in Japan left sweet potatoes out on the beach for them to eat, then witnessed one female, named Imo, washing the food off with river water rather than brushing it off as the others were doing, and later even dipping her clean food into salty seawater. After a while, other members of her troop started to copy her behavior. This trait was then passed on from generation to generation, until eventually all except the oldest members of the troop were washing their food and even seasoning it in the sea. Similarly, she was the first observed balling up wheat with air pockets and soil, throwing it all into the water, and waiting for the wheat to float back up free from the soil to consume it. An altered misaccount of this incident is the basis for the 100th monkey effect. That behavior also spread among her troop members. The macaque has other unusual behaviors, including bathing together in hot springs and rolling snowballs for fun. Also, in recent studies, the Japanese macaque has been found to develop different accents, similar to human cultures. Macaques in areas separated by only a few hundred miles may have very different pitches in their calls, their form of communication. The Japanese macaque has been involved in many studies concerning neuroscience and also is used in drug testing. The Japanese macaque, snow monkey, has featured prominently in the religion, folklore, and art of Japan, as well as in proverbs and idiomatic expressions in the Japanese language. Traditional human behaviors that are threats to macaques have been slash-and-burn agriculture, use of forest woods for construction and fuel, and hunting. Since World War II, these threats have declined due to social and economic changes in Japan, but other threats have emerged. The replacement of natural forests with lumber plantations is the most serious threat. As human prosperity has grown, macaques have lost their fear of humans and have increased their presence in both rural and urban areas, with one macaque recorded living in central Tokyo for several months. The Japanese macaque is the northernmost living non-human primate. It is found on 3 of the 4 main Japanese islands, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu. The northernmost populations live on the Shimakita Peninsula, the northernmost point of Honshu. Several of Japan's smaller islands are inhabited by macaques as well. The southernmost population living on Yakushima Island is a subspecies of the mainland macaques, Him fuscata yaki. A study in 1989 estimated the total population of wild Japanese macaques to be 114,000 individuals. The Japanese macaque is omnivorous and eats a variety of foods. More than 213 species of plants are included in the macaque's diet. They also eat insects, bark, and soil. On Yakushima Island, fruit, mature leaves, and fallen seeds are primarily eaten. The macaque also eats fungi, ferns, invertebrates, and other parts of plants. In addition, in Yakushima, their diets vary seasonally, with fruits being eaten in the summer and herbs being eaten in the winter. During feeding or moving, Japanese macaques often emit sounds that are called coos.